In today's video, we're going to break down Pedicures 101. Learn everything about them today on the Biz Talk. Ooh, Tracey, feet. I'm excited. Some people are not excited because they hear feet and they're like, ew, smelly, gross. No, I want to learn about feet today. I'm going to ask you a question about feet. Feet with an S.
It'll be quite the feat.
It'll be quite the feat. Learn about feet. Pedicure. So wait, first of all, there is a big, like we see it on Twitch. People are like, ew, I can't do pedicures, ew. And these are like professionals, right? But are they not missing out on one of the great services as a nail professional, as you described it? One of the great services you are missing out if you're not offering pedicures. Yes or no?
I think so. I love doing pedicures.
I know you do.
And I love watching those gross videos. I just,
Wait.
like
are you talking
ingrown
about
toenails and all that stuff. Amazing.
What about zit popping
deep
on toes?
Oh,
Would that just be
that's just a dream.
We all have dreams.
It's a
Tracey
whole
has hers.
with an ingrown hair.
Just
it's trifecta.
You're interesting. No. Okay.
But yes.
Why do you like pedicures though? Why? What is it as a pro?
To me, they're extremely relaxing. I know it's supposed to be relaxing for the customer, but for me, I all of a sudden I'm like, okay, hey Habib, come on in. And you're gonna go in this nice little quiet room. Got the nice music playing. I'm gonna put you in the foot soak. You relax for the next 5 minutes.
The music.
And I'll be right back. And then I'm in the back downing some lunch or getting to pee or I don't know, zone out for 5 minutes, whatever.
You can chill.
Yeah.
And
then I come in and it's quiet service.
Because they're relaxed. They want to be relaxed.
Yeah, so I keep the very quiet service, so my brain's just zoning out. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to do a mask now. Go ahead and relax for a few more minutes. I'm going to get out of your hair. And then again, I'm doing something. I love it. And it pays.
So you get like a bunch of mini breaks in between.
Yes.
You offer an amazing service. And then at that time, you were charging like $80, right?
Yeah, I get to charge someone to relax. It's awesome.
And it was an hour service.
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes to get all the other stuff done. So
got it.
Takes up about an hour of my time.
Got it. Now, okay, that makes sense to me. I think if you are a professional and you've been debating whether or not to offer them, that is good info for you to bring the service on. Now, what is it that makes, like, let's talk about pedicures, okay? Because of course, I know Pedicures, and we just launched our pedicure system. Plug. That's called a plug.
Not sponsored by ourselves.
We're so stupid. Hashtag not sponsored by ourselves. We're so dumb.
It's our new hashtag.
Oh my God, we are so childish. It's ridiculous. Okay, so what makes like a good, amazing, not even good, what makes just a solid pedicure service? Like, what are the products plus, like, what are you doing? As a tech, like if I want to learn about pedicures, what are you going to tell me here?
I think there's essentials to a pedicure.
Sorry. Hashtag not sponsored by us. So ridiculous. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. Don't spit that out.
Oh my God.
So for me, I didn't offer a basic pedicure. It was always a spa pedicure.
Okay.
So there's just essential components to that. You got a nice soak, right?
Okay.
Something that feels amazing, sanitizing, softens the skin. You need a good callus softener. I don't like to get too aggressive.
Yeah.
Because I used to use something pretty aggressive. Worked great, but I one time, burnt myself with it. Yeah. Because if I didn't realize I was doing my own pedicure. And I didn't realize I'd gotten it on the towel, and I wrapped the towel around my leg part while I was doing the mask.
God.
Yeah, I burnt.
Little aggressive.
Yeah, so we want something that softens nicely, right? So you can slough off the skin with the Puma Stone, but that's not too aggressive, is what I feel like. And again, something that's going to help plump up the skin, all that. Then you need a good scrub, and it sounds pretty simple, but there's different ways to go when it comes to a scrub. You got the sugary scrubs that will clog up your any jet, leave the ring that you're just trying to scrub off your pedicure bowl. Then you got some like salty ones that, if you have any cuts or anything,
it's gonna
burn. So it's trying to find a balance. But a good scrub, something that's going to spread, exfoliate, but not feel like you taking 80 grit sandpaper to the person's leg. Then amazing mask. I like a good mask that you can kind of feel, and it's relaxing and it's cooling, and something the customer, I think that really is part of elevating your service. And then of course a good lotion. And again, that sounds simple, but it's not, because you want something that you're going to be able to massage into the skin without it absorbing too quickly into the skin, but also not leaving the skin oily.
Yeah,
so,
right. So it actually moisturizes and what you said, you offered spa pedicures versus basic. What is a basic? What is a spa? What's the difference?
So basic is, for me, the term basic would be like a soak, a quick Puma Stone, and rinsing off, and a little lotion.
Okay.
Whereas the spa, you got all the different components. You're soaking for 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'm leaving the mask on for 5 to 10 minutes. We're doing about a 10-minute massage, on the feet. So it's a little more in depth than just a basic.
Got it. And so when I watched our video that Karen did, which she did an amazing video.
Great video.
She kept talking about like hot towels and like, what's your take with, are you using plumbing? Are you doing like sort of waterless but hot towels? Are you bringing a bowl in with what? Like what would today, if you were going to do it, what would you do?
So it really depends on the setup, right? For me, I had a great setup. My husband had built me a complete throne that the customer walked up onto, and I just literally pulled up to it in a regular chair. So I'm sitting like I'm sitting at a desk.
Did it have plumbing with water?
Complete plumbing.
It did, okay.
Yeah, jet, everything. So this right here, if this was the customer, this is where I would be sitting right in front of them, and then they would just literally turn to be in the water.
Got it.
And then they turn back for me. So I just would make sure that the water was continually hot, fill it with more hot water when I'm removing the mask. That's how I did it. Now, I've had situation where when I lived in a different city, I didn't have that kind of setup. I had a really nice bowl, a comfortable chair. So I did more.
No plumbing.
No plumbing.
Okay.
So I had to bring water to it, nice pitcher. But problem is it's going to cool down. So to remove the scrub and stuff like that, I did more of the hot towel, wet towels. And yes.
Dude,
so it just depends.
For me, getting a warm towel wrapped around it is heaven.
It's heaven. Yeah.
More so than soaking my feet in a hot, I go to the jacuzzi and I don't want to go in. I put my feet in and it's nice. I love it. A hot towel is next, especially when you have, if you have the mask on and then it dries and then you get the hot towels and wrap and then they're pulling off. Dude, that is so
nice.
I don't know. I think if you don't have plumbing, you still are in such a good position. They have those, the towel warmers, and they have them, keep them wet with
Some people use crock pots. I mean, you can go pretty simplistic.
Oh my God.
Yeah. In fact, that's what I used when I had to do the wet towels.
You had a crock pot? If I walked in,
I didn't have space. I didn't have any room. So in the back, there's just a little crock pot with, warm up the towels.
Got it. I mean, I think they're not so expensive today. I've actually
seen...
No,
they're much cheaper.
Yeah,
and they have smaller sizes.
Way smaller sizes. Yeah. I think tech is...
tall definitely a little... Don't pull out the crock pot.
Don't pull out the crock pot,
but,
ladies and gentlemen.
You get to...
But you can actually get them what do you have scented with, like the towels can have the
Essential oils.
Essential oils in them.
I used to put that in the water.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love, I don't know. I think regardless, I mean, obviously you have the plumbing and it's very expensive to get that set up, but if you're fortunate you have somebody in your case where Stan was able to build it out, that's amazing. But even if you don't, you can still offer an amazing,
completely elevate the service. You just want to make sure that the presentation's nice, right? And that brings me to how we came to wanting to do the individual packets.
Correct.
Back in the day, it was mostly just back bar stuff.
Right.
And so you got a big container of scrub. You're scooping it out, putting it in your hand, and I've seen it where people are like, okay, I want it to be individualized, so I'm going to put it in these ketchup containers,
right.
kind of thing. And, now what we wanted to do was we have the packets. It's a no-brainer, really. You grab a packet for your customer, and it has plenty of product, which is another thing I love. The sizing we did is plenty of product to get through that service.
Correct.
You probably have a little bit left over. And you, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And we wanted to make sure that we put all 5 steps in there.
That's right.
And for a customer, when they see you pull that out, and then we have our little essentials kit that has their own file, orange wood stick, buffer, and Puma Stone. It's like, oh wow, this is clean.
Very clean.
Like I don't have, because some people do stress about pedicures. My mom was talking about she got a pedicure last week, and she's like, I walked in and the place felt dirty, and I wasn't sure if I should stay. We want to make sure everything's clean, and to see that they're really going to know that you take care to make sure that everything's sanitized, disinfected, brand new.
Big time.
It's brand new.
For me, if I walk in somewhere and it's like visibly, not clean, like you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
It's
not a good sign.
That's not a good sign. I'm gonna probably I don't want to have. Like, how are they keeping the tools clean or everything else? I mean, it reminds me of like, when Gordon Ramsay would go in to do these like renovations. First thing he does is he goes in the kitchen,
or the
fridge, the walk-in, and he's like, "This is just it's like so dirty." He's so adamant about cleanliness. Of course, we're talking about food; it needs to be clean.
Well, and
same thing with
put it in your mouth, right? But with your feet. As women, we shave our legs, you nick your leg, whatever. And then if you're putting it in something unsanitary, or your unsanitary is being used on you, you can get some problems.
Correct.
As a tech, I just never wanted to worry about that. I really want to make sure that I don't like working in a dirty atmosphere anyway, but I don't want to have to worry about someone coming back and saying, I got this from you.
Right.
No, you didn't. Not for me.
Right.
It's being clean, especially when it comes, I think, to pedicures, is super, super important.
So important. So important. I mean, I always tell this to techs. One of your selling points on your content that you should be making is how clean you are, your services are. You can talk about the Pedi system and how you offer them in individual packets. Show your bathroom. Seriously, people laugh and they're like, show the bathroom. Yes, like, this is my bathroom. When you come, look how clean it is.
The bathroom's
Are you kidding
like
me?
Gordon's walk-in
freezer.
Yeah,
exactly.
It tells a lot.
It tells a lot. I mean, every time, when I go to a restaurant, I always use the restroom, and I walk in and I look around and I'm like, how's it being kept? It matters to me.
Yeah.
Whether I come back and return or not.
Yeah.
I don't want to get food poison, and that can happen. So same thing with getting pedicures. It's very similar. If they're not keeping certain, like, what they're going to keep all the petty stuff pristine, but just leave everything else to be dirty, maybe, but highly unlikely.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. A couple other questions, Trace, is we've seen this come through. Polishing, if you're doing just a standard polish, there's gel polish, regular polish, before, after the service, which, when, and why?
So I had a very strict rule, and things may have changed, and I'll explain why. But I always liked doing gel toes prior to a pedicure, and it was two different services. I didn't, I charged for gel
Each
polish,
one,
yeah,
right.
for each one. And the reason I liked to do the gel polish first, and I would sanitize the feet or maybe soak them for a little bit, but I didn't want to oversaturate the nail plate with water, and then do a mask and your cuticle softener and all this stuff that you've put on the nail plate. Now I need to try to make sure that it's nice and clean and completely free of that, and that we didn't open up the weave of the nail plate too much with water and kind of oversaturate it, and then get gel polish to stick. Now, I will say, gel polish has come a long way.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people that do the gel toes now after, more of an add-on service. I got no problem with that as long as it's working for you. But you do need to make sure it's prepped and cleansed and all that. That's the one thing about advancements. It's just gel polish adheres a lot better than it used to.
Sure.
So either way.
And regular polish, same thing?
Regular polish after, for
sure, of course.
People, I'm going to polish the toes.
And then we're dunking them.
I'm going to put my finger in it, too.
We're going to polish, and we're going to wait an hour for it to dry, and then we'll do it's a 2-hour service. That's what we're going to do. And then finally, the question of how does somebody charge? What should they charge? Do they keep it close to their nail service? Are they completely two different services? I mean, I'm gonna imagine however somebody's pricing their nails, they're probably gonna price them in that same range, roughly. But how does this work, in your opinion?
In my opinion, it's your real estate. You need to be making just as much whatever you're doing. So if whatever takes you an hour to do, because again, it's a 45-minute service, but pedicure, especially if you have a jet a tub, it takes some time. So I'm just going to count it as a full hour. I'm not going to do a pedicure for $25, $40 when my full sets for an hour start at $90. You know what I mean? Or my fill, 30-minute service is $60. It doesn't make sense. And it's one of the reasons why I got rid of manicures altogether, because
you couldn't charge.
I did charge quite a bit for them, but first of all, the maintenance isn't there.
Yeah,
and that's what I want, right? I want something where they got to come in every 2 weeks. Manicures, people are, I'm going to go somewhere, I want my nails done, go get a manicure. It just and then they might not want to pay $65 for a manicure. So okay, so I just really didn't offer them, and then it was polish on top of it, and I didn't want to deal with polish. But I totally forgot where I was going with that. So you have to think about your pricing. Like, am I going to sit here for an hour doing this and charge half of what I would for something else? Then why even offer it? Why offer it?
Right. Okay. So answer these. Back then, full set you charged.
Back then?
Yeah, back then you charged.
65?
65. Okay.
70? Something like that. It's been a while, guys. I'm getting old.
No worries. Like over 20 years ago. Yeah. So around there. Okay. And that full set hour, would you book about hour time?
Hour.
Okay. Your pedicure.
Pedicure?
You'd reserve an hour of time.
Yep.
And how much would you charge?
65.
65. Exactly. Okay. That's what I wanted. Exactly. Yeah. That totally makes sense to me.
But it also depends on your area, guys. I lived in Redding. It's a cow town. When I was living in San Luis Obispo, I charged $85, and I didn't have plumbing. That was where they had a chair and a bowl, and I charged $85 for a pedicure.
Because you found out that's what other people were charging.
It's going rate, and I know a lot of people are like, no. I drive by this place, and it says $25 for a pedicure. Go in, get one, and see how much you walk out with.
Yeah.
I just was telling you this morning. Got a basic pedicure because I didn't have a lot of time. And they did the gel upgrade, right? And I walked out, it was $55.
30-minute service.
30-minute service.
Yeah, $55.
And they have the $25 on the
window.
window.
On the window. You ain't walking out with that. Yeah.
No. And kind of going back to your first question about, why I love doing pedicures so much too. It's a great way to increase your income, right? as an add-on service for your customers in the summer. You can make a little bit more money in the summer, right? Even add a day if you want to, just for pedicures. And gift certificates.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to tell you, it's a great gift. Great gift. And as a nail tech, people are going to judge me right now. Half of them don't come in.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's some husband or some friend and they give it to you as a gift. Great. You're excited. They're like, oh, great gift. They put it in a drawer. They forget about it. Whatever it is,
yeah.
you know?
I mean, that idea is it's a prepay idea, right?
Yep.
Where somebody prepays and it's like you get paid first and it's on them to redeem the service.
It's on, and I would have customers that would buy 10 for the holidays to give to all their friends.
Absolutely.
And I'd probably see 5 of them.
Yeah.
Just because, not because, the friend really valued the gift. They just forget about it.
Yeah.
And I got free money.
Well,
don't judge me.
Well, not judging you, but here's the thing. You're always ready and willing to have those redemptions come in.
Yeah,
obviously,
and they don't expire.
I
can't get them now, though.
Exactly.
They no longer exist.
But, I mean, in the end, it's to the client, right? If they redeem it, awesome. If they don't, well, then you still get the benefit, right? You still get the benefit.
Great way of making some additional, even if everybody comes in, upfront money that people need for the holidays.
That's right.
As a tech, you got all this gifts and stuff that are coming up. You're going to get and what's cool too is then you can kind of fit those customers into your schedule, right?
Right.
You got the money, but Habib calls, I want to redeem my gift certificate. Okay, I have these set appointments available to you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Let us know in the comments below your take on pedicure services, anything we missed, or even our system. If you've tried it, let us know how you like it. Tracy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time on the Biz Talk.
Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel.